Hello, Hannah.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Great.
How may I help you, sir?
I would like to see Mr. Akibon and have a chat with you.
Sure, he's expecting you, sir.
Thank you very much indeed.
Welcome.
Very much.
Oh, hello.
Hello, sir.
That's right.
Good to see you once again.
Right, thank you very
Great.
much. Welcome.
Thank you very much indeed. My favorite musician sang the melody, Dream, 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 Dream. Dreams can be good. There are many who dream and forget about the dream before they rise up in the morning. There are few others who dream dreams, work at these dreams, and receive manifold blessings that turn the dreams into reality. One such gentleman we're here to meet in Tema, a businessman who is investing in education, Mr. Alphonse Aite Ajibon. Thanks for welcoming me to your office.
Thank you.
Now, I know your wife was a teacher. Could she be the influence for Tema International School?
Yes, without any doubt, she's been the driving force behind it all. She retired fairly early at the age of 45 to embark upon poultry farming. And after about 13 years in the poultry enterprise, she still went back to her premier love, and that is education. And she pushed me hard and wanting to achieve the dream of her life, and that is to establish a good, reputable international school. We originally thought we could do what everybody was doing, and that is establish the primary school, followed with the JSS. But somehow we changed course of events because our own daughter was then attending the British School of Lomé, which is an international school. And we saw the progress she made, and we were lured into establishing the Tema International School.
So, Mr. Javon, quality is your motivation, but for a huge investment like this one, what's your vision?
Well, the vision essentially is to produce boys and girls out of Tema International School who will hold their own in any sphere of life they find themselves. We are producing true international, globally oriented students so that this country can benefit from these globalization concepts and build a foundation for them. We have a series of workshops where we define the visions and the mission of the school. We are aiming at nothing short of the international standards. We've been inspired by people who came from Australia and got themselves work in South Africa, and their children have been educated in the Moscow International School, and then they are now finding their way into the United States of America to study medicine and so on. This is a sort of people that we are hoping to be able to train. And we hope that God be on our side, many of them would come back to this country and help the struggle which we are still embarking on.
Now, success stories like yours are never told in this country without the usual frustration in the land acquisition, registration procedures, and so on and so forth. What's your picture like?
Yes, we have a fair bit of our traumas when it comes to these sort of bureaucracies. The land acquisition took, for example, almost 3-4 years to have a sizable piece of land to be able to build a school to achieve our dream. And extension of the plot was also another Herculean task. There was a problem between Tema Development Corporation, Tema Municipal Authority, and that gave us also a lot of problem. But finally, we got there somehow, and we thank God for it.
But you see, within 2 years, all land space at TIS has been taken up. So how are you going to grow? You're moving too fast, aren't you?
Well, we are not really moving too fast. We are, I would say, having controlled development. There is a piece of land that you haven't seen yet, which is the second phase of the development, and that is going to house the multi-purpose laboratories for the sciences and the computers, and also the ultra-modern library that we are building up.
I know it was a big challenge because we were limited in some respects as far as land especially is concerned, but then we tried to make use of every available land that can be taken as much as possible. We made use of the terrain. We tried to consider where the sun is coming from, and the most important thing is to design something for the students that they can feel very comfortable, feel at home, because we were having boarding facilities, classroom facilities, and other stuff in the school. It was quite a big challenge, but as of now, I believe we've done quite an excellent job.
We are lucky that we have reached a deal with Afariwa Farms to assign to us part of the land that we're going to use for the third phase of development that will involve the residences of staff.
We're having just about 8 major buildings, ranging from students' hostels, boys and girls hostels, multi-purpose hall, administration building, classrooms, and almost everything. We have the computer buildings and everything. And as an architect, if you get a project like this, you count it as one of your best projects, because especially when everything is up on you and you have to design to suit both the client and the users. It's been quite a big challenge. And we still have about 3-4 major buildings to do.
Ms. Helena Toto is the principal of Tema International School. I think we've had a very good tour of this school, but let me ask you what the philosophy of this school is and how can one get admitted into this school?
Basically, this is a process of creating an international school. And to get into TIS, there are 2 levels. We advertise early in the year for entrance examinations. People pick up forms. The lower level is for grade 7. So that would be for the 12-year-olds. The examination is in English and math. For grade 9, those are the children that are around 14, would have taken their BECE examinations, ready to enter senior secondary school, but prepared to come out here. Their exams are in math, science, and English.
Academic work. That's how a school is judged and measured. How many hours do you spend on academic work in this school? Give us a broad idea.
Well, I'll start with the timetable then, which starts at, the school day starts at 7:45 and ends at 2:15. And that is the substantive time in which teaching and learning takes place. Apart from that, we have prep time, which also begins at about 7 and ends at about 9. The students, the senior students end 30 minutes after the junior students end. But that's not to suggest that these are the only times for learning. There's a lot of tutorial support that teachers give to middling students, and also you find achieving students getting up sometimes before the rising bell, and catching hours in between lunch and prep time to do their work.
we respect people's wishes. If, after all, we have said that this school is, you can come as a boarder and as a day student. So if they choose to be day students, we don't have any problem. Most of the students are Ghanaians, but we have Americans, Ghanaians who by birth are Americans. We have those who are British. We also have a few Nigerians and a Liberian who has just completed 10th grade.
Your students did external exams.
That's right.
But they obviously must also be doing the general sciences, the English, mathematics, and so on.
That is right.
How differently do you treat these subjects in an international school?
Well, in the international school, we subscribe to the IGCSE, and next academic year, we'll be doing the IB, which is for the top end of the school. And then for the lower end, we've designed a school-based syllabus which shadows the demands of the Cambridge International Exam. So that at the IGCSE, which is for ages 14 and 15, grades 9 and 10, to give them what we call, or what we have termed, a holistic education. Of course, that includes other things, but then at the level of the curriculum, they do things like literature, English, maths, computer science, and information technology, which come as a standard package, apart from the choices that they can make in humanities and science. So this leads to a rather integrated approach, which is in itself a brilliant preparation for the International Baccalaureate, which has compulsory features of English, maths, and a foreign language, and in our case, that is French. Apart from these three, you'll have to choose another three and then go into community service, theory of knowledge, and write an extended essay. So you can see it's quite a demanding course, and our teachers are ready.
TIS offers the international system of education, which is quite different from the national system. We have the pre-IG classes, that's grade 7 and 8, which is an alternative to students who do not wish to take the BEC system. In TIS, every grade has a maximum of 2 classes, with each class containing a maximum of 25 students. This helps the teachers to have a one-on-one interaction with students, and also helps them to aid students who find it difficult to adjust into the system.
We intend increasing the stock within the next coming months when we move into a new library complex, which is currently under construction.
So even this impression is temporary. You're going to the library complex.
Certainly, this is just a temporary structure, and as soon as it gets ready, we move in there.
How many students would you accommodate in the new library complex?
Well, we hope to accommodate between 60 to 80 students at a time. At any given time, yes.
Do you have to take the books away to the dormitories to read?
Yes.
How does it operate here?
Yeah, at the moment we are operating a manual system, but we hope to computerize the whole place and those things. So
we have a PC right there on the top of it too.
Yes, I use it for purposes administrative. Yes.
And we have debates, boys versus girls, a lot of the time over who's better, boys or girls.
And the girls win.
99% of the time. Then we have mimic nights where we dress up as whoever we want to dress up, be it a teacher, a celebrity. And then we have all these nights where we dress up back in the daytime. And then there's street ball where mostly boys go and play basketball, and there's music and dancing. And then there's also jams or dancing, as we call it, and lots of people get together, have a good time, dance.
Which you love doing very much.
Yes. And there is games nights. We bring video games and all kinds of games, Monopoly and all the rest, and just play the night away. We have movie nights. We rent movies, have the whole TIS sit in the MPH and we watch movies. And there's many more things we do, a whole list.
So far, so good?
Yep.
In Tema International School, we offer music at grade 7 and grade 8 as the foundation. and students who are able to do well are able to take it to the school set, that is the Cambridge IGCSE program. As of now, we try to help the students to also undertake the Associated Board of Royal Schools of Music ABRSM examination. And the students you see here now are ready for the examination, which will be next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. We hope that within the 4 years that students are expected to be in TIS, that is going through the IGC program and the IB International Baccalaureate program, they will be able to head from grade 5 onwards and perhaps even go to grade 8. That is what we expect. Thank you very much.
Discipline in TIS. How do you find it?
In general, discipline in TIS is very high, but in every society, students tend to go against some of the rules and regulations of the school. We have people who help enforce discipline in the school, which include the staff members, the prefects, and the house guardians. We also have a committee, known as the disciplining committee, which takes serious actions against students who cause a lot of chaos in the school compound. And the disciplining committee is made up of both students and staff members.
The main purpose of the committee is to ensure that there's law and order in the school. Cases come up to us such as when students stay home longer than they're supposed to without informing the school. Also, there are cases such as assault on students, whereby students misunderstand each other, and then this leads up into conflict between them. Also, there are cases such as when students disrespect their tutors. The way we deal with these cases in different ways. Sometimes we sanction the students. This includes internal suspension, external suspension, and when the case is really serious, we dismiss students. We also give students red detail, we caution students, and sometimes we give them counseling.
I'm the school nurse here, and I'm here for the good health of the students. In case of emergencies or when they take ill at any time, I give first aid. And when they don't get better, we refer them to the hospital for further treatment. And generally, because it's an international school, those who come from outside find it a bit difficult to adjust themselves to weather, diet, and all that. So when they have problems, I help them out.
And you have received some international inspectors to the school already, I'm told.
Yes, indeed. We've had approvals to do the international baccalaureate diploma program, and we had a visitation, quite a vigorous one, from the IBO, or the International Baccalaureate Office in Switzerland, who sent a team of 2 to come and inspect the facilities in the school before they approved us to do the IB program.
Have you developed a relationship with external universities?
Well, our students haven't reached that yet, level yet, but we find counselors and other representatives from foreign universities speaking to us already, because we've been identified as one of the target groups who will be sending their students to them. So if you took a close look in the library, there's a shelf that is dedicated to that material already.
That sounds good to hear. God uses people for the benefit of his people, and that sounds really good to hear.
Indeed, you're right.
Well, so TIS, Tema International School, sounds like an old school, but it's brand new.
Yes, indeed it is a brand new institution. The school is taking us about 5 years to build. We've just opened our doors to the first pioneers in 2003, or October 3rd precisely, 2003. And we've just presented the first crop of students for the International General Certificate of Secondary Education. So indeed, it sounds like an old school, but it is a brand new school, and has taken the first public examination in 2 years.
The students have the opportunity to sit for local examinations, the West African Examinations Council.
Yes, we believe that the rigors of the training and the syllabuses that they cover would make them ideally capable of taking on the West African examination exams, which are not as vigorous as the International General Certificate of Secondary Education, to be followed up by the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program.
You're very modest there, aren't you? But they're better equipped.
Well, indeed, because we are better equipped, therefore we expect great things from there.
Exactly, exactly. What caliber of students do you have in terms of parentage? Is it a school for the rich, or anybody can just walk in there and have good quality education?
Yes, the emphasis is on quality education, and we have opened our doors wide to be able to get the best of the students to benefit from this program. We have got parents who are fairly rich, but there are others who are not quite as rich, and all of them have got opportunities to get quality education for their children, provided they are interested in the programs we offer. And we come to terms with some parents who come to make different arrangements towards the settlement of the fees, and they are all accommodated. We're also hoping that with the establishment of the school, and we've just been going for 2 years now, the provision of maybe some scholarships for the needy would also be considered. It's all part of the feasibility project report that we wrote for the school. We have had to satisfy the requirements of the African Development Project Facility, which is part of the IFC, the International Finance Corporation, so that these facilities can be made available when need be. We are doing fairly well so far. We've bent our fingers in a few occasions, but that never despairs us. We are still on course, and we hope to deliver the goods.
Well, Mr. Javon, it's been wonderful talking to you, and I wish you God blessings.
Thank you very much.
Long life and prosperity.
Thank you.
Thanks for your huge investment which is benefiting Mother Ghana.
Thank you very much.